Hi, Khun Max. Hi everyone. Welcome to Current Waves by Zipmex. We're a program which hopes to talk about the current trends that is going on in the digital assets industry and to talk about what is essentially happening during this market where we're seeing such high growth and high returns on cryptocurrencies, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Today's guest is Khun Max. Khun Max is the CEO of StockRadars. It's a stock analytics company, one of the leading stock analytics company in Thailand, as well as the CEO and founder of C8P. C8P is essentially it's a token that's going to be bridging between the normal retail customers and then bridging them towards the decentralized finance industry. It's very exciting, and I'm very honored to have you here, Khun Max, to talk about this. So I think first off, let's start by talking about the current climate that we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of institutions. We're seeing a lot of multinational corporations. We're seeing PayPal coming into this industry as well. How do you think this will really affect this industry?
I think this is very good time to, a lot more people interest a lot more in this industry, and actually not only the one who already in the industry, but someone who outside the industry. They keep asking, especially today that we are talking, the price is like
all-time high,
right?
Yes.
So more and more of my friends just call me to ask whether should I buy it now?
Right.
Yeah, just like very normal phenomenon that gonna happen whenever anything that gonna change all the landscape. So I think this is very good time for people to try to understand a lot more on what going on inside the industry, and also what can be the new future for them that can bridging all those things together.
Yes, especially the past month we've seen this huge growth in Bitcoin, and Ethereum as well. So all the main cryptocurrency as well. Now, in terms of before this wave, which is happening around November 2020, we've been seeing this growth also in decentralized finance, in DeFi, before Bitcoin started to come up as well. I mean, what is your take on that? I mean, why was there such huge interest in that, which drove the market prices up?
I would say the beauty of blockchain just shine the ways, because DeFi itself just help people not only allow people to trade only on the cryptocurrency, but allow people to just hold it and make some profit from it. So there is a lot of good project out there in the DeFi world, and that is why we see the big opportunities in this area. And especially whenever you think about if DeFi is like, for the basic concept, it's just for all the matters of using the token itself. It never used on the DeFi concept this much before. So it's just like you lending out your own token to make use of it, get some productivity, and got the real job done, and you get some profit back to your token. So this is very exciting for us, and that's why we continue improving our project from Carboneum, which is start with just social trading,
right?
But we try to tap into the DeFi world by just try to democratize all those people to get access to the DeFi investment.
So I think in terms of decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, is that it really helps to open up this new new business model for companies as well. I guess there are really two segments that we should talk about today, which is how do you think it would affect current businesses that is wanting to come into the DeFi space, and how do you think DeFi will affect the customers as well in terms of the retail investors?
I think the finance industry definitely is the industry that's seeking for the alpha, I would say. So if more and more people seeing this as opportunities, so we're going to see a lot more people from the traditional finance jump into this new crypto world.
Yes, I think we've been seeing quite a few of that quite recently as well.
Yeah, actually including me. I
Right.
start from the stock trading, right?
Right.
So when we see the opportunities on the cryptocurrency
Yes.
and all the tokenized economy, I would
Yes.
say, this is very interesting for us that we see that it has very high potential. Definitely, it may be have need some more time to
develop
get
and
things
evolve, right?
a bit more settled and sustained. But at least what we see right now, more and more people just coming in, and as you mentioned, like a big firm, big corporate in terms of global firm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, in Thailand, one of the leading banks, the Siam Commercial Bank, is
Yep.
investing into DeFi companies as well,
Yep.
and we see
This
like, such
excites
growth.
me. It's
Yes,
like
it's-
this is one of the oldest bank.
Yes, it is.
They are the oldest
They are the
actually,
oldest bank.
and now they see something inside.
Right,
So
they
that's
even
why.
invest into these companies as well. Now, in terms of the second part of the question is that, how do you think this will benefit customers or the normal retail investor?
I think it's just like normal investment experience. In traditional finance or the new world finance, both are the same. The one who make a profit is someone who see the future before some other does.
Yes, exactly.
So obviously a lot more risk when compared with something that everyone already see, but it a lot high growth for them, a lot more like I would say there is a lot of things that can be done in terms of using DeFi, or not only DeFi but like the whole blockchain industry.
Right.
It just right now it considered when compared with traditional one, it's still very small. So if we see that this is the new future, so why don't just like jump in to see and just try to at least get some like idea about yourself. So that would help a lot more for increasing the chance.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you. So, what we've been seeing as well has been actually a long time in the making, really, is Ethereum actually moving towards a proof of work to a proof of stake, and what they call Ethereum 2.0. I think it's just completed like this week as well. And it's, previously they were needing to get a lot of people to become a node and to validate. And they really finished that, the last hurdle very quickly. How do you feel about that, and how do you think that is an indication of such growth in the decentralized space?
For my feeling is like finally,
Finally, yeah.
like keep waiting for a while. It was like change the deadline again and again. But what we see is like the more and more productivity gonna happen. Because we have a lot of problem about their existing one, that because of their capacity that cannot capable of all those people that coming into this new DeFi world. So this is part of their indicator that can show the success in the near future. And like definitely if we see the way that they're staking, for those who are new with the staking, is like you got some token and just put it there,
Right.
and get some stake in the game.
Yeah.
It's very common. For Ethereum itself, I think that model is quite interesting. So you just help both the old one and the new one at the same time.
Right.
So in the migration process, I think it would be very
It's
exciting to see.
right?
Yeah.
Because we'd like to see the actual application of Ethereum when it's moved now to proof of stake. What type of use cases, what type of applications will come out of this? I think it's we're going to be seeing quite interesting applications and use cases coming out within the next year or two as well. Some people have even been saying that if there is a successful use case and a very like a killer application, something, maybe even Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin as the market leader. But it's still it's still out there. Ethereum takes their time, but I actually believe that taking your time to do something to make sure that it's correct and it's done well, it's migrated well, it's actually quite important as well. Which leads to like another question. When we think about DeFi, we also think about the security part of it as well. What is your take on the security aspects of this decentralized finance?
I think the security wise on the DeFi side, Since it's just very new, we try to keep learning on what exactly can happen to the whole ecosystem. But so far, what we see, it seems to be quite bulletproof right now, just right at what we see. And we see that if in the longer term, a lot more use case gonna coming in. So it may need some time to settle until it's been proven. But what existing existing service in the industry already proved itself for a while, like 2 years at least.
Right.
So for example, the one that we connect with, which is Uniswap,
Right.
it was there from like 2 years.
2 years ago, yes.
And no one, and if anyone can just get in, they're gonna get all the money.
Right.
So you got like a lot of hacker around the world try
Yes,
to
yes.
test it every day.
Yes.
So this is the best model of make it bulletproof because you make it open, let people try to like test on it, and no one can do it.
Yeah, Uniswap has been pretty safe so far.
Yep.
There are some applications out there
Yep.
which have been hacked and funds have been taken.
Yep.
But I think which is a testament to Uniswap itself,
Yep.
that it had that sort of hacking and theft of funds haven't really occurred yet as well. Hopefully, the longer that it stays bulletproof, like you're saying, it also goes to show the strength
Yep.
of the industry
Yep.
as well. So, I'm very interested about how you got involved into digital assets, cryptocurrencies, for example, because you essentially started your business at StockRadars, and which is a securities analytics platform. How did you make that move towards the traditional finance, traditional securities towards digital assets?
Basically, just like most of us, we heard of Bitcoin and we feel that it all scam.
Yes.
Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
And when 1 year passed, it's still there. Another year passed, it's still there. And it keep increasing in terms of value. More and more people value it. So that's why we ask ourselves, or we should rethink about it.
Okay.
This is like, I'm quite sure that most of us heard of Bitcoin like more than 3 to 4 years or even further.
Yeah, me too. But I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
on it. Same.
And we are like 99.99% of the world.
Right.
So we will see that like the one that believe it first already become a whale, like
Yeah.
crazy
whales. Yeah.
If you see all those
They're all
charts.
billionaires right now.
Yeah,
Right.
so this is something that benefit for the core believers. So what we see is a big opportunity, and also for our investor, which is from Japan. In Japan, they also very crazy over Bitcoin.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why in the board meeting we like keep updating, and one day something just came up that actually what we are doing is not about just only stock trading. We actually provide the investment technologies
Right.
for letting users simplify their experience.
Okay.
So we just seeing that if the existing investor, existing user in our platform, they want to move into the new asset class, how can we support them? How can we help them?
I see. So you want to enable.
Yep.
Okay. Them to do
So that's why we use existing technology
Right.
to tap into the new crypto world.
I think, and that's also really interesting as well, because a lot of these new startups in the crypto world, well, they don't come from this background
Yep.
that has the tools and the know-how and the experience in the traditional finance model. But with what you're doing, especially with CAP, which is your new project as well, it's essentially migrating and porting over that experience that works, right? And that that people like it, they like the experience, and you're pulling that over to cryptocurrencies as well. So please tell us a little bit about your new project, which is
Yep.
CAP.
Yeah, our main goal actually just try to create a better experience for investor. Definitely the customer-centric model. If they want to invest in a new thing, so just we need to like speak with them, feel them, and see that what is the biggest problem. So for the CXP, actually, CX is from Carboneum,
Right.
and P is from Plus.
I
So
see.
why do we just jump into the DeFi world? That because of decentralized is very good, but in the same time, it's very hard for people to understand, like how do you like manage your wallet,
Right.
seed phase, and all those like.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of problem supporting, especially like the newbies to the crypto market.
But there's interest, right?
Yep.
I think because you see there's a market, a demand for it. How do you enable it to make it like easier
Yeah.
for them to access?
We see that the best way to educate them is just like let them feel it first,
Right.
and then they will try everything to just get into. But somehow with the technology itself, it's just like when you play internet right now and try to think about protocol and what we use and
You don't
try
think about
to do
it.
Yeah,
You just use it.
Yep.
So you basically don't want, you want to like build this bridge
Yes.
towards somebody who just doesn't know that much about
Yep.
decentralized finance and about crypto very much, but they want exposure
Yep.
into that market.
I think the best thing is we need to see they actually don't want to invest in DeFi.
Right.
They actually want to invest their money in something that can grow.
Exactly. Okay.
So we don't need to let them understand all those DeFi protocols.
So all they know
yeah.
is it will just grow.
Yep. So that's why we want to make it simple. And with the current interest rate in the bank in here,
Yes.
it's like 0.25,
Yes.
0.5. And we can make it, even the lowest that we see on the stat itself is like 10 times better.
Right.
And very steady. So that's why we selected to invest in Uniswap DeFi in the pair of USDT and USDC.
So it's a stable coin, right?
Yes.
Meaning it doesn't fluctuate.
Yes.
So it's safe actually.
Yes.
I see.
So the risk that you're gonna have is only like USD to Thai baht right now, or
Yeah.
USD to Indonesian ringgit.
Okay.
Just that. But this is something that if the one who outside of the crypto industry
Right.
seeing the return, then they can manage their portfolio investment portfolio better.
I see. So essentially, like if you wanted to hold one CAP token,
Yep.
You are now exposed. You have this access, like easy access towards the DeFi market.
Yep.
And you just constantly get a return on it.
Exactly.
I see.
And not only that, on the DeFi, actually, you not only it's hard to do it by yourself, and also the gas fee for putting your money in, it gonna cost you like one time you may need to start like $1,000 at least.
I see.
Which is what we believe. We believe on financial inclusion. We believe on make it simple and democratize the investment. So with CXP, you can start from like 0.01 something cent.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't even need a lot of money.
You just got 1 baht, you just get in, and you got the same ratio as the one who got 1 million.
Exactly.
Get it.
Also,
Yeah.
it's the same playing field for everyone.
Yep.
They get the same rate of return.
Yep.
And you previously mentioned that the return that customers will be getting,
Yep.
it's a lot better at a
Exactly.
savings at the bank. Like may I ask like roughly what is like the estimate like, return?
From the return that we see from the stats, actually need to go back on how the return came from. In the DeFi platform, if you put the money in and they borrow you to make the market making,
Right.
then you got some shares out of it.
I see.
So every transaction they got like some small portion from every transaction. So the return will be a lot more if people basically exchange more tokens.
So the more active that particular market is,
Yep.
The more return you get.
Yes.
Because from the sound of it, it sounds like the people who will be providing the market to this, they have to get some sort of return for doing so.
Exactly.
Right?
So
that return is now given back to people who own the
Yes.
CAP tokens.
basically we provide the opportunities for all of us to own the bank by ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the normal people can become the bank.
A banker.
So bank
already.
is no longer. So when we go to the bank, we pay the fees,
Yep.
transfer fees, and
Yep.
everything, and then the person who gets that it's
Yep.
the bank itself.
Yep.
But now it can now be someone.
Exactly.
I see.
And from all those data that we see, right now is can be from 5 to 40% per year.
Oh wow, okay. That's way better than the
Yeah, it depends. It depends on number of transactions.
And with the market having a lot of volume and a lot of traffic
Yep.
going, I do see that the return that investors will be getting from the CAP token will be much better than just leaving your money in the bank.
Yep.
Okay, that is actually a very interesting.
And this is just the first step because this is the first pair that we try to use this model.
I see.
But in longer term, when the things like more settle, we may try to invest in some other stocks in global, or we may want to invest in other asset class, maybe some other things that can do in the DeFi way or non-DeFi. But the main goal is just to give more opportunities for people to invest. That is the key.
Yes, I think what I'm beginning to understand the spirit of CAP is that you want to provide financial inclusion. You want to provide a better opportunity for customers out there, rather than they don't have anywhere to invest really. Especially with COVID that happened earlier this year, stock markets haven't been performing quite well, especially in Southeast Asia. There's not a lot of products out there that will provide a good return and a stable return.
Yep.
This is an alternative, to the new investors out there that is looking for something which they want exposure, into the cryptocurrency, the DeFi market as well. And may I ask, which markets that you're currently looking at to be offering, CAP?
We start, since our team is based in Bangkok in Thailand, so in the local market, so we can work with a lot of partners, try to educate more in the market to let more and more people coming in.
Right.
And definitely in Southeast Asia is very interesting, the most interesting area right now, that because of the growth rate is very high, the number of users is very high. Indonesia definitely one of the area that we would love to speak more with the customer there. And of course in global, since it is the crypto industry is no boundary at all, so we can provide more and more opportunities for all of us in terms of financial inclusion.
Yes, I think it's something that, it's especially in Southeast Asia,
Yep.
South America too, and Africa as well. Financial inclusion is very important, and I think, with digital assets and cryptocurrencies, essentially it is what it's supposed to be doing is democratizing finance. Empowering the normal person, the typical normal guy on the street, to be able to have access and control of his own funds, and get a better return rather than leaving it at the bank. But now you are able to, get a better return on your investments, and I think it's for CAP, it's definitely something which it's interesting, and I'm very happy to say that Zipmex as an exchange for we're in Thailand, Australia, Singapore, and Indonesia. We are offering CAP to our customers to be able to purchase on the open market. So if you register, open an account on Zipmex, you can buy CAP straight away, and you basically are able to have access to that bridge towards DeFi very easily as well. And I guess if you leave it for a few months, it will definitely go up. And the return you say between 5 to 40%, just depending on the market. But even at the minimum amount of 5%, still better than getting savings at the bank.
20 times.
Yeah, 20 times way better than the bank. So I think currently your project of CAP is looking towards financial inclusion, empowering the normal person and giving them access to DeFi. Is there anything that you're looking and thinking beyond that, or maybe other more products and services surrounding CAP?
Since CAP itself is our main goal is to provide their alternative investment for people. Carboneum itself is their social trading platform.
I see.
So this is part of starting of the opportunities for people to get access to all those investment.
Right.
So definitely we would love to explore if we can partner with more thought leader, KOL, and let people able to have someone to help you guys, all the investors, to get into their crypto industry.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting because even for the traditional securities and stock markets, normal people want to get in as well. They just don't know how. They don't know who to listen to. They don't know who to follow. With this new, copy trading, social trading application or platform that you will be coming out with, it gives the people who I wouldn't say uneducated, but just the people who's not financially savvy, like they don't know where to start, where to invest first. But if they see an investor who is an expert who does trading every day, and they want to follow that particular person as well, it gives them access, to that as well. And it's something that you'll be coming up with very soon, I hope.
And the most important thing is most of us not the financial savvy.
That's true. Yeah.
So we want to create all those financial literacies for the rest of us. And I think this can help not only about their business side, but also their society itself.
Yes.
If people get more financial literacy, that's going to help a lot for this world.
Yes, definitely, because I think the traditional model of banking is just not really serving the normal man and woman on the street anymore. So there has to be another alternative for them as well. I think it leads to, another point is that where do you see the role of cryptocurrencies and stable coin or DeFi as well coming into the normal everyday life? Do you feel that it's something that may happen or that it's actually in the process of happening?
I think it definitely happened for sure. Depends on when. Okay. Depends on incumbent on any single country. But as what we see, a lot more bigger player, and that player including the country themselves, want to jump into this game. So it, for example, for some of the country, they already have project. They already plan for everything. So we will definitely see this one. It just depends on how do the transformation process going to be, and it would be very exciting to see if it becoming part of our everyday life. That's going to be a lot bigger than what we see right now.
Right. As for our viewers who are traders and are investors as well, I guess there's really now is two avenues that they can explore to trade with. And one is on a centralized platform like Zipmex, we're a centralized exchange, and then you also have a decentralized ecosystem, decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, which you have mentioned. How do you see that the two kind of they're essentially polar opposites? They're serving the same function, but they're inhabiting different spirits. One is very decentralized, very I don't want to. I'm the master of my money. I don't want to be involved into anything I don't want to KYC. Don't want to. And the other one is a centralized one where it functions like a financial institution, and serving customers. I guess serving much more institutions, high net worth individuals. How do you see those two ecosystems coexisting, between with one another, especially with the next year coming?
Yeah, I think since it's already open for both worlds, so they would stay together for a while until which side has a lot more efficiency, I would say.
Right.
And the side that getting a better efficiency, it seems to be survive.
Okay.
In longer term, it's just like some of other technology that impact to some of the industry that we already see. Once upon a time, we talking about WiMAX, Wi-Fi and WiMAX.
Right. And
the other side is 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G.
Yeah.
It's from totally different industry.
Yeah, completely.
But somehow, the side that is better, more efficient, that's gonna win at last.
And I think we're actually spectators. We're actually in the midst of that change that is happening. So it is a very exciting time as well.
Exactly.
And from your view, where do you think with the changing times that we're in the midst of, where do you see DeFi going? Do you see an end goal, or it will just be something that will be a fad and then it will die out, or maybe it will be long lasting?
I think for DeFi with the concept itself, it's already proved itself that it quite very smart business model, I would say, and anyone can be a banker. So this is something that we will see more and more in the future.
And which is what C8P is essentially doing, is that the normal person can become a banker now, right?
Yep. But what we don't know is which one gonna win. In terms of the concept itself, in terms of their process and all those like direction, we know exactly we're gonna go north, but we don't know yet which way is gonna. Yeah.
I think it's leads me to my final point is that with the market that we're currently seeing, and with institution acceptance coming into the market as well, it's only coming into Bitcoin. But I think from our experiences, once you're in Bitcoin, you start to look at the other ones as well.
Yep.
And we are seeing some really interesting projects like out there, which I think you're also very excited at. A lot of them coming off Thailand as well, which we're very proud of as well. And moving towards 2021, how do you feel this that year? Do you think it'll be an important year for the industry? Do you think that this is the year that, because crypto has been quiet for about 2 to 3 years, ever since the end of 2017. But now, I feel that 2020 is definitely going to be an exciting year, and a lot of new developments and interest in the market as well. What's your take on that?
I think just talk about this year first. This year is very, very exciting.
Already, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Apart from COVID and everything, if you think about it,
just everything.
In terms of blockchain technology, it's actually been good developments.
So I think this year gonna like teach us all that everything gonna change.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything that you never think about, it can happen. And most of people thinking about the crypto industry as it never happened. It's all scam.
Yeah.
So I think this year gonna help the crypto industry to make people's mind more open. And definitely, as you mentioned, on all those Ethereum movement and so on, more and more projects gonna come back, and more and more projects gonna happen, and we will see that. As of now, we don't see a lot of use case that in their daily life yet. So I think next year would be very good start to see it, not only the small group of people in the world, but just expand it out because of the nature of the crypto industry itself. Just no barrier of entry, a lot easier to access, and right now we did not have any like asset back and all those ones that much yet.
I heard it's coming.
So this gonna change a lot of landscape in terms of like all those investment experience gonna change. So with C8P coming out, and then with Zipmex as well, our business has been doing good, doing well. So I'd like to thank you very much, Max, for for coming to our show today. Current Waves by Zipmex, where we talk about the trends which are happening and these exciting new projects that we're seeing happen in the industry, and for telling us about C8P, which is essentially a bridging token that helps to bridge the access for the normal investors towards DeFi as well. You can purchase C8P on Zipmex, where we have C8P in Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, Singapore as well. And you said there'll be more of these services that's coming out with C8P as well. It's very exciting as well. So I'd like to thank you very much for joining Current Waves by Zipmex. And I hope we can talk more when there's more development from your end coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.